Jamaica goes in lane 1, 5th at the World Indoors in Nanjing. In lane 1 for the second week running. Emmanuel Isemi from Cameroon, the African number 2, goes in lane 2. Letsile Tebogo was disappointed maybe with 10-2 last weekend, but he is still building speed and sharpness after the 400 meters in the first few events of this year, building his endurance. He's still working on speed. Now, Kishane Thompson, Olympic silver medalist in Paris, of course, in the closest Olympic final in history. 5/1000ths of a second. He doesn't race very often. The fact that he's made the long trip suggests to me that he fancies his chances. And he'll have to be in form against the man in form, Akani Simbine. 2 out of 2 outdoors so far. Brilliant in Saman last weekend. His acceleration in the final 30 was very impressive. Christian Coleman, the indoor specialist, of course, over 60 meters, got a great start last weekend, but couldn't quite finish it and ended up in 4th place. He's in lane 6. Ferdinand Omanyala, also a great starter, powerful, the reigning African champion. Second behind Simbine last weekend. What can he do here in Cachao? Jeremiah Azu, European world indoor champion, very relaxed, hitting all the right notes at the moment, enjoying his athletics, back with his original former coach, Helen James. And Xie Junye gets a great reception from the crowd for China in lane 9, 3 times a 4th placer at the World Indoors. But the question is, Kishane Thompson, having made that long journey, what sort of shape is he in? Well, the early signs are good. There he is, right of picture. Ran 6:48 into a headwind outdoors, and then 6:56 indoors over 60 meters. So the omens are good. He's got a fantastic start and a great finish as well. So the big names: Tebogo in 3, Botswana; Kishane Thompson in 4, Simbine in the red, the man in form here in 5, Coleman in 6, Omanyala 7, Azu in lane 8. Men's 100 meters. Oh, I think it's Simbine on the line, on the dip. The two share a moment. They both full clear. Thompson was ahead with, what, 5-10 meters to go, just. But did Simbine come back to just get him on the line? Yes, he did. 9:98. It's 3 from 3 outdoors for Simbine. And surely now we have to say he is the man to beat in 2025 so far. He's put together a brilliant sequence. Thompson, in his first race, stole a march, but was pipped on the line. And Tebogo, with an improved performance from last week. We talked about his sharpness and speed getting better and better. There's the top 3: Simbine, Thompson and Tebogo.
Great start from all 3 of those men that ended up in the eventual 3. Tebogo, that was much, much better than we saw in Saman last week. Now, at this point, Thompson, he just tightened up for me. He just forced it ever so slightly. And Simbine just stayed relaxed. Look at the South African here. He is straining, he's working hard, but he's staying very smooth. Whereas for me, Kishane Thompson, he was just trying to muscle it out. And see, look at this front-on picture here. Thompson just rocking and rolling side to side. Simbine almost focusing all that desire straight forward, and he just gets there ahead of Thompson. And Tebogo, for me, it was a bit of a wry smile at some point over that finish line we saw in one of the shots, so just saying, all right, that's more like it, that felt good. So great to see Tebogo so close to 10 seconds. Yeah, 10.2 becomes 10.03. That is improvement. There was no sense of panic from Tebogo in the press conference yesterday. Long season ahead. You'll hear us and the athletes say that time and time again. Let's look at it again, though. This is a high-quality field, no doubt about it. We've got Azu there, second left from picture, who faded a little bit. But Thompson, an absolute class act at this stage. He thinks he's got it, but you're right. He starts to tighten up, and look at how relaxed, relatively, Simbine is. And just on the dip there.
The men's 100-meter showdown at the Diamond League stop in Cachao delivered one of the most dramatic sprint duels of the season so far. A field packed with speed merchants delivered fireworks on the track, but it was South African standout Akani Simbine who surged to glory, clocking 9.98 seconds and securing his third straight outdoor win in 2025. The buzz was palpable as the sprinters took their marks. Fresh off the previous weekend's competition in Saman, many familiar faces returned, joined by an intriguing addition, Jamaica's Kishane Thompson. Making his much-anticipated outdoor debut, the Olympic silver medalist had traveled all the way to China, sending a message that he meant business. Known for picking his races carefully, Thompson's long-haul trip was a clear sign of intent, and he lived up to the hype. Out of the blocks, Thompson exploded with remarkable quickness, immediately grabbing control of the race. With just 10 meters remaining, it looked like he was destined for victory. But Simbine, known for his lethal closing gear, once again timed his charge to perfection. Staying relaxed while others tightened, he powered through the line, catching Thompson at the last moment to win by the slimmest of margins, just 0.01 seconds. Thompson, despite the loss, impressed with a sizzling 9.99 seconds in his season opener, a performance full of promise. Behind them, Botswana's Letsile Tebogo rebounded from a lackluster outing the week before, crossing in 10.03 seconds and showing a noticeable uptick in form. Also lining up were several other high-profile sprinters. Christian Coleman, the 60-meter world indoor champion, got out well but lacked the endurance to hold his form, slipping to fifth with 10.13 seconds. Just ahead of him was Jamaica's Rohan Watson, who recently placed fifth at the World Indoor Championships and came in sixth here at 10.08. What made this race truly fascinating was the contrasting race execution and body language among the sprinters. Thompson's explosive start and early lead showed his technical prowess, but in the closing strides, he appeared to tighten slightly, perhaps over-pushing as Simbine closed in. Simbine, by contrast, maintained his poise and let his smooth mechanics do the work, gliding past in the nick of time. Tebogo, meanwhile, looked far more composed than in his previous race. His transition and top speed phases were much sharper, and his expression at the finish, marked by a confident smile, suggested he was pleased with his rebound. This victory reinforces Simbine's dominant form in 2025. With 3 wins in as many appearances, he has emerged as the man to beat and a likely frontrunner as the season advances. As for Thompson, this performance was a strong indication of what's to come. If he can build on this start by maintaining his velocity in the final stretch, he'll be a serious title contender. The growing competition among these sprinters promises more electrifying clashes in the weeks ahead.